Hello dear students, welcome back once again in our computer classes. So dear students, in our last class we have discussed about spreadsheet. So we have known that what is spreadsheet, what is cell, then why are spreadsheet used in our day-to-day life, what are the advantages of it, number of rows and columns that the spreadsheet has, then by default how many spreadsheets does MS Excel create. These all things we have known. Then today we are going to learn about entering data in MS Excel 2010, how data are entered in MS Excel 2010. So dear student, I like to say that in MS Excel we can enter three forms of data. That means we can enter data in three ways. Okay, these are number one, numbers. Here you can see number one is numbers, then number two is text, then number three, formulae. Now let us read. Data is entered simply by selecting a cell. That means we can enter data by simply selecting a cell. I'll show you at the end of the video how a cell is selected. Then typing in it and then pressing enter. It means what? Simply we have to select the cell, then input the necessary information that we have to enter it, then simply press enter key. As you type, data field in the formula bar and the active cell at the same time. So as soon as we enter data in the cell, it means what? Same data is being filled up automatically in the formula bar. We no need to retype that data again in the formula bar. Automatically the computer will type it. The three small buttons appear to the left of the formula bar as soon as you start typing in a cell. That means what? As soon as we start typing in a cell, three buttons appear in the formula bar. Now here you can see this box which is given here. I am highlighting it. Here text means alphabetical information which you can enter, that is ABCD, name of person, name of organization, then you can say number, means any data which contains digit only. Next, formula. Formula means what you want to do with that particular information, whether you want to add it, subtract it or multiply it. Next picture you can see, that is figure 6.3. Here entering data in MS Excel. Here what happens, after selecting this cell, it will get highlighted automatically. That means what I say, whenever you select a cell, it will become active cell. That is called active cell. Now we can input data in the active cell. Here you can see 1698 is the data which has been input in the active cell. You can see these three buttons, that is cross. First is cross, this one, then tick mark, then F8. Now the cross button is cancel button and can be used to cancel the data entry without pressing delete. It means what? Whenever we press this button, we can cancel the entry whichever we have made earlier. Now in the tick button, it is the enter button. It is called the enter button. Clicking on this button is equivalent to pressing enter. This means what? The function which is done by pressing enter key, same function can be done by pressing this you can say tick symbol button. Okay. Next, FX button. FX button is what? It is insert function button. Then creating a workbook. Now how can we create a workbook? So dear students, we can create a workbook by the following ways. By default, a workbook has three worksheets. As I said earlier, that by default a workbook has three worksheets. That is sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. Now we can see here in your book it is given by default a workbook has three worksheets. Now it can contain a maximum of 255 worksheets. That means the number of worksheets a workbook can have is 255. That means 255 worksheets you can have in your workbook. To create a new workbook, student, to create a new workbook, follow this step. That is step 1, you have to click on the file tab. If you click on the File tab, then in the screen that appears called the Backstage View, select New and then Blank Workbook. Click the Create button. A blank workbook will appear with 3 worksheets named Sheet 2 and Sheet 3, which I said you earlier. So these are the steps which you have to note down at your copy. If you do not note down, you cannot remember these steps, okay? And these steps comes of 1 mark. Suppose, as for example, the question may be in this way, that write the steps to open a workbook or to open a worksheet. Okay, so these are the steps. If you note it down, you can memorize it. Clear, students? While watching it, please do carry a notebook and a pen or pencil. As soon as you listen the lecture, whichever important points I am discussing it, you mark at your book or you note down at your copy. So dear students, here we can see in our next page, saving a workbook. How can we save a workbook? The steps to save a workbook are, follow these steps, that is number 1, click the File tab. Then after clicking the File tab, in the Backstage View, click Save. If you want to save the workbook with the existing name, or if you have not saved the worksheet or workbook earlier, then what will you do? You have to click on Save As. After clicking on File, you have to click on Save As. If you want to save the workbook for the first time or with a new name, that means if you are continuing with the earlier workbook, okay, which you have saved earlier, then no need to click on Save As. Simply will click on Save button. But if you are running on a new workbook, that means if you have opened a new workbook and if you have not saved it earlier any more time, okay, so you will click on Save As button. If you want to save the workbook, this one I have said, then number 3 point, select the location and type a file name. Select a location means in which drive and in which folder you want to save your particular document, okay, that one you have to select it. Click on Save button. The workbook will be saved with the extension .xls. Means what? This is the file extension of MS Worksheet, okay, MS Excel. So what is the extension? .xls. Question may come here, students, in this way. Write the file extension of MS Excel. So your answer will be, the file extension of MS Excel is .xlsx. Is it clear? File extension means what? Now you may think that file extension. File extension means what? It is nothing but the name, or you can say the word which is added at the end of your file name, which is added by the computer itself. You need not add that particular term, okay? Now, suppose you have saved your file with the name, you can say Ankit, A-N-K-I-T, okay? You have typed only this much and clicked on Save button. But after your file is saved, you can see that your file has a name. It is saved by the name A-N-K-I-T Ankit.xlsx. That is the file extension. It is already added by the computer itself. It will be automatically added, okay? Now number 4, as we discussed in Word, a spreadsheet can also be saved in Excel 97 2003 template, which can be opened directly in the previous version of Excel. This one leave it, this point is not necessary. That means what? Point number 1, point number 2 and point number 3 you have to go thoroughly, okay? Now selecting cells. How to select a particular cell? Some operations, for example, making the text bold, coloring the text, copy paste the data of a cell, etc. may need to be performed on a range of cells. Range of cells. Now what is range of cells? A range of cells is a rectangular block of contiguous cells, that is cells that touch each other, especially along a line. Before performing any operation on a range of cells, you need to select the range. There are 3 ways to select range of cells. Now range of cell means what, dear student? It is nothing but, don't get confused in this term, range of cell is nothing but selecting a particular line, okay, of cell. You can say, suppose if you want to select 5 boxes, so this selecting 5 boxes is called the range of cell, from the beginning of the box to the ending, okay, that means the starting cell and the ending cell. Now I'll show you how to select it. Okay, Here you can see, students, I have opened a page, that is in my Excel. So if I click on here, you can see the box gets highlighted. This highlighted box is called the active cell. It is called active cell, and this cell is named what? You can see here in the formula bar. Here you can see I have clicked here, it is B3. That means this particular cell is in column B, and in which row? In row 3. That means this is named as B3. Similarly, if I click here, you can see I have clicked here. That means it is in which column? It is in column E and falls in row 6. That means the name of this cell is E6. Now cell we have understood, active cell we have understood. Now what is range of cell? Range of cell is nothing but if I select the cell from here to here. This is the range of cell. What is the range of cell? This cell is what? First cell. It is the first cell. The name of this cell is C4. Okay, C4. And the name of last cell is G4. Okay, first cell is C4 and last cell is G4. So what will be my range of cell? You can see I am typing here. First is what? C4 and last one what? G4. Okay, so I have to type in this way. Your see here, as soon as I have typed, wait, let me retype it once again. You have to start with equal sign. What I say, C4 is to G4. Can you see? Computer automatically highlighted the cell which I have shown you earlier. That means what? This is the range of cell. What is my range of cell? C4 is to G4. That means my starting cell is C4 and my ending cell is G4. So I hope so it is clear now. This is called formula bar. Okay, this is the formula bar. Here my formula gets entered. It is the formula bar. Is it clear, dear students? So while going through this lecture, I want you all to refer to the book also. Okay. So dear students, let's continue with our topic. Now how to select cell using the mouse. You can select cell using the mouse which I have shown you just now. To select a range of cell, use the mouse. Do the following. Number 1, click the cell you wish to start your selection from, and now holding the left mouse button down, drag the mouse pointer. A thick plus sign will appear to the diagonally opposite corner cell. For example, if range A1 to C2 is to be selected, place the mouse pointer at cell A1 as I have shown you. Then hold the left mouse button down and drag it to the cell C2. The range A1 to C2 is represented as A1 is to C2. Okay, is it clear? So what is the range of cell here? A1 is to C2. That means what? Starting from A1 and ending to C2. All those cells which falls between these two, all are selected. Okay, all comes under this. Is it clear to you? Suppose, forget about this range of cell and all, active cell and all. Okay, if I tell what is the range of number starting from 5 continuing till 10, the range of number will be what? 5 is to 10. You can say that in computer time you will say 5 is to 10. That means what? Your starting digit is 5 and your ending digit is 10. That means starting from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 10, all the numbers it falls under this. Okay. Now next part is what? Using the extend selection mode. Here student, what you can do, when the range of cells to be selected is very large, that means here we have talked about 5 or 6 cells, or you can say selecting about 10 cells. But if the range is about 100 cells, if you are going to select about 100 cells, what will you do? Dragging the mouse through the entire range can be cumbersome. It will be problematic for you. Okay, in such cases you can do the following. So what you can do in the following cases? Now let us see in the next page. Now open to your next page. So dear students, we can see that in our next page what it is written, click a corner cell or the starting cell of the range. That means you have to click a corner cell or the starting cell of the range. Number 2, press F8. The status bar shows that the extend selection mode is on. Click the last cell of the range of the cells will be selected. press F8 again to turn off extended selection or press ESC. That means what? You have to click the corner of cell or the cell starting the range. Press F8, the status bar shows that the extended selection mode is on. Then what happens? Click the last cell of the range cells will be selected. Now let us see how it works in our worksheet. Okay? Okay dear students, we are back here with our Excel. Now as I have said you earlier that if our numbers are less, that means if we have to select a less number of cells, then we can simply do it by the help of our mouse. Suppose here you can see, if I want to select 52, 55 and 28, simply I have dragged my mouse, I leave it, it is selected. Now if I want to select starting from name and up to 25, here you can see, then how to do it? That means if you have a large number of cells, then you cannot do it by your mouse. We can do it, but it will be complicated for us. Okay, so I'll show you the shortcut way which is mentioned in your book. So what is the first cell? Here you see name and the last one is 25, isn't it? So what is the name of this cell? Name, that is A3. If you click here, automatically it is shown here. Can you see A3 in the cell name box, and the last name is what? D8. See, if I click here, the name of this cell is D8. That means our first cell is A3 and last cell is D8. Now what we have to do? We have to click on the first cell. Okay. Now here we have to type the name of last cell, that is the address of last cell. What is the address of last cell? D8. We will type here D8. Now after typing it, we have to hold the shift key. After holding the shift key, press enter. Okay, you can see automatically my cell gets highlighted. That means all the range, that is the range of the cell, that is A3 to D8, it is selected. So in this way student, we can select a large number of cells in a very few seconds. Okay, I hope so this point is clear to you. Now let us proceed towards our next point. Now you can see using the go to command. Now what is go to command? Click the cell at one corner of the range. Click the home tab. In the editing group, click the find and select button. Click go to or press F5 or press Ctrl plus G. The corresponding dialog box appears. Type the cell address of the opposite corner of the range in a reference textbook or enter the range A1 is to E8. That means the cell starting cell is A1 and your last cell is E8. Number 5, in the first case, hold down the shift key when clicking OK or pressing enter. In the second case, just click OK or press enter. Okay, this way you can select a particular range of cells. Now next, selecting multiple ranges simultaneously. Simultaneously means continuously one after another. How can you select a multiple ranges? Multiple ranges means you can say one range plus another range of cells. How can you select these two? To select multiple ranges, do the following. In our earlier steps, we have learned that how to select a range of cells, isn't it? Now, as for example, there are two ranges of cells. Now how to select that two ranges simultaneously? Number 1, select the first range of cells, hold the control key and select another range of cells. Repeat step 2 to select more ranges if required. That means what? If you require to select more than two ranges of cells, what you have to do? You have to select the same procedure. Dear students, in our next page, what it is written, editing cells. How can we edit a cell? After you have entered data in a cell, you might need to change it in some way or the other. There are two ways in which you can edit the cell content. Number 1, by overwriting, thus changing the content completely, or by modifying it partially. Now let us read step by step. Overwriting. How can we edit how can we overwrite a cell? To edit a cell by overwriting, just select it and type the new content. Press the enter key or the keyboard or click the enter button on the formula bar. You will see the new entry replace the existing content of the cell you selected. Now let us see how it works. Okay. Now here you can see, suppose I want to change the marks of Rohan marks in English. Here it is written 52. That means what? By mistakenly it was written 52. Now the original mark should be 25. Now how can I change it? Simply I have to click on the cell. Okay, I have clicked this cell which is to be corrected and type 25. Click enter. Okay, or we can change it in this way. Suppose 52 was the previous entry. Now we want to change the data of this cell. What we have to do? In the formula bar we go and here we can make the changes. 25. Press enter. Can you see? It gets changed. Okay, so student, we can do it in two ways. Simply by clicking on that particular cell and type it, or click on the select the cell and click on the formula bar and you can make the required changes in your formula bar. I hope so it is clear to you. Now let's proceed towards our chapter. Now in partial modification, how to do partial modification? In some minor corrections are required in cell contents. That means if your cell contents requires any minor correction means any small correction. Okay, then you need not type them again and again. To edit cell contents partially, select the cell and do one of the following. Click the formula bar, press F2 or double click the cell. You can edit the contents in the formula bar or in a cell. Press enter or click the enter button on the formula bar as I have showed you earlier just now. Okay, now next, what is written in the next part of the chapter? Edit command. The editing command gives user the ability to copy data, undo recent changes, move the spreadsheet content, etc. So by the help of the edit command, what can we do? We can copy a data. We can undo recent changes. That means undo recent changes means whatever changes we have made recently, we can go to the earlier changes. Okay. Move the spreadsheet content, etc. That means what? Whatever content is there in the spreadsheet, whatever information is there, whatever data we have input, we can copy it, we can move it. Undo and repeat. The undo command always allows to reverse the last action. That means whatever we have done, the undo command allows us to reverse it. Okay, that means before making changement, what was our data, that data can be seen here, reflected here. Okay, now next, the undo command allows you to reverse the last action you have performed. To undo an action, do one of the following. That means to undo an action, what we have to do? We have to follow this step which is mentioned at your book. Number 1, click undo on the quick access toolbar. From the quick access toolbar, we have to select undo button. Next, to undo several actions at once, click the arrow key next to undo. Select the actions in the list that you want to undo and then click on the list. Excel reverses all of the selected actions. The repeat command is activated only after you have undone a data entry. That means what? Suppose as for example, now recently I have changed a data. Earlier it was 50. Now I have changed it into 55. Okay. Now what I have to do? I want that previous data once again. Now what I have to do? I have to repeat the undo command. Okay. If I make the undo command or if I apply the undo command, what will happen? I will get the previous entry. That means before making changement, what was my data, that data I will get back again. Okay dear students, so for today's class, let it be up to page number 118. In our next classes, I will surely explain you more with some new features in MS Excel. While discussing the chapter, we will go through